I see the intro.
Hey, we're live.
Did you seriously just
I did. I totally. Yes, I got you
literally
so
just
good.
Staring at my screen.
I got you so good.
We're supposed to be friends.
Hey, everybody!
Long time no see. Welcome to the very first episode of
Literally punked you in the first 5 seconds.
Scott and Greg Have a Conversation. You're such a jerk. I'm watching myself now stare at my camera like an idiot. Awesome.
I see the intro. Yeah, I know. We went live a little while ago.
So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the inaugural episode of what are we calling it? Scott and Greg Have a Conversation. I don't know.
Still technically, it's actually Technically Speaking Live.
That is now the official name of the show.
Technically Speaking Live. It's like American Idol Live, except
worse,
better, mo better. I'll sing.
Mo Tussin.
Mo Tussin.
Oh, Miss Sheila's here. So first of all, obviously this is our first episode we've had as a live show in quite a while. So forgive the rust spots and the bumps in the road as we kind of get back up to speed. Thank you all so much who decided to stop by and check out this train wreck. We love you and appreciate you all.
Man, it has been a minute.
It has been, man. It has been a minute.
So full disclosure, if you would have asked us Monday if we were going to have a live show,
that's Monday this week.
Monday this week, we'd have told you no.
No. Yeah.
True story. We'd have said no, not having a live show. Then Greg and I went to lunch on Tuesday of this week.
Yeah.
1 o'clock in the afternoon. And we're like, you know what? This is what we're going to do. Bam, bam, bam. Let's do a live show. And then I was like, Thursday.
And I said no. I'm like, I'm not going to be ready for Thursday. But
then he acquiesced at the end of it and was like, all right, we can do Thursday. We'll do it live. Said it more Bill O'Reilly style. With a couple more explanations.
I was going to go with a celebrity line, too. To quote the great Jeff Goldblum, life finds a way.
It does. It does find a way. And much like some of those stormtroopers, they always find a way. They always find a way.
So, as a caveat, first of all, I think what you're going to find with kind of the new version of the show, this is going to be much more conversational. The idea is that we really want to capture, conversations about tech, because that's really the most interesting stuff that we get into, is just talking about and kind of exploring ideas in technology. So maybe a little fewer topics and a lot more about conversation and a lot more about interactivity with the community, and especially bringing on guests.
Mm-hmm. Which I surprised Greg with that earlier today.
Yeah, I literally just learned about that one 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
We're going to have guests.
This is a collaboration type channel. We are a collaborative environment. Normally Greg and I are on the same page with everything, so I didn't really feel the need that I had to really run anything past him. So I didn't, and I ended up getting 5 weeks worth of guests that are all confirmed. So just really quick before I know he may have to dip out, the Everyday Dad, which is actually joining us right now.
Yeah.
He is going to be our show guest next week. Full disclosure, haven't tested Skype. No idea how we're going to pull that one off.
I got you.
We've done it before. I mean, we work in IT. We can probably figure this thing out. But we'll get to this in a little bit more, why this is important. So the Everyday Dad is our show host, or show guest. We're hosting. He'll guest things. Words? I'm rusty. So that's the 16th. The 23rd is going to be Travis McP, which will leave all of their socials and everything. So we'll do a really nice little pseudo marketing campaign, I suppose, for all of them. After that is my guy, your guy, Mr. Michael Daniels is going to be joining us. Again, just real conversational. It's going to be kind of one of those situations where they plug some of the stuff that they're working on, whatever that might be.
Yep.
9-6, one of our most favorite folks of the channel, Mr. Preston McNair, is going to be joining us. I'm really excited about that one. I'm excited about all of them, but Preston I haven't talked to in a really long time, so I'm looking at that. And then on 9/13, our guy from the Technically T channel, Technically T, will be joining us on the Technically Speaking channel. A lot of technicallys.
It's almost like we're all a bunch of tech
Tech.
YouTubers.
Tech.
Also,
people.
hey, I gotta bring it up. The Everyday Dad wants to know if he can wear pajamas. It's kind of his Thursday thing. I'm so tempted to wear.
I dare you. Double dog.
You know where I'm going with it.
Triple dog.
Okay.
I broke protocol.
Wear your pajamas, Mr. The Everyday Dad. And I will also wear my pajamas. PG, don't worry.
I will not wear my pajamas.
Not PG?
Not PG.
Well, you know.
Okay. And then kind of in the hopper, this is what we call in the business a tease.
Yes. What's your tease?
There's a guy named Ben.
Yeah. Longtime friend of the channel.
Longtime friend of the channel. Trying to get him on the show. I haven't really asked him this, so I'm going to do it live on air because I know he's in here. 9:20.
Surprise, Ben.
9:20, Ben.
Let us know if you're interested.
Please let us know if you're interested. We will pencil you in right now. If you say yes in chat, we will book you 9:20 as the guest on our show. And then next spoiler, 9:27.
You're giving them like a couple of months worth of.
Yeah.
9:27.
You know where we are?
I do know where we are.
And we're gonna try. We're gonna try to do a live show from Disney.
Walt Disney World.
Bam.
If we can make it work. We talked about doing it last year when we did Disney Vacation, and it did not work out.
The internet sucked.
And
awful.
Yes, by the way, we are literally taking vacation together, both of our families, going at the same time, staying at the same hotel, not the same room, but real close. So,
So these are going to be guests that are coming on the show via Skype because they're almost all outside. However, we will be having some folks that will come in studio and joining us on the show. We got another longtime friend of the channel, Mr. Scotty Boombox, will be coming in. Yeah, he'll be coming in studio. I haven't asked him.
Okay.
He'll be coming in studio though when he does. Yeah,
you're gonna force him to.
Yeah, sure will.
You have to do this for us because you love me.
And there's going to be some other folks that'll join us in and around the Central Ohio area. We have some other folks that are over in Dayton and Kettering. Dan Gage. I don't know if Dan's watching. Dan, if you're watching, he is a transplant from the UK that lives in Dayton.
Good guy, yeah.
And he'll come on.
I've had a couple of conversations with him on Twitter now. So yeah.
Okay.
Man,
so with
this is awesome. We've had a lot of return guests. Mr. Mayor is here, by the way.
The Mayor.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Mr. Mayor. You really are one of the central reasons as to why we came back. That parlays nicely into. I'm gonna break it down for you.
Yeah.
There's some things that I haven't even told you why I felt the need for this. I'm gonna get real here. But I'm gonna have a moment with Greg.
Okay. Let's have a moment. Heart to heart. You want a hug?
Not yet.
Okay.
Later.
Okay. It's just me. Just me and you, buddy. I know. It's just me and you, right here. Don't worry about them. It's just us.
The space between the tears we cry.
That's so funny. You didn't even make it like
8 minutes.
8 minutes before you
started singing.
Anyway, what's up?
Really, the whole reason we left, we thought was because of this algorithm we were getting killed, right?
Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah.
Honestly, we're still getting killed. Like you see our analytics.
Yeah.
I have reached out on Twitter to the folks that are actually out there saying like, is this just an anomaly? Like we rushed so hard up, to like the top in January, and then it's just like really, lack of a better term, petered out.
Yeah. And
then we really kind of sunk to what I thought was a really low point, but we continued to push out content, and it wasn't fun.
Well, I mean,
at all.
So first of all, I guess you have to define what low means because
it's relative. It's all subjective.
I mean, so for anybody who does not actively do YouTube stuff, when we're talking about metrics, what we're really usually looking at is things like how much engagement you have per video. So how many minutes is somebody watching a particular piece of content that you put out? And yeah, I mean, for a while it was a little disheartening because we were putting more and more and more effort into fine-tuning individual videos and getting no views whatsoever. And so for a while we thought that it was live show stuff. And to be fair, I think there's an argument to be made for that. But I think overall we just needed to kind of change what our expectation was, change more than anything, change what our change what our definition of success was, and then just really get back to like, why are we doing this in the first place? Like, what is fun for us?
And so I kind of went on like this weird psychological quest, and you'll
a
know
vision
this.
quest, if you will.
I guess you could say that, but my thing was like, so there was somebody at work that said something to me, and I this person at work, him and I talk a lot. We have a lot in common. I truly respect the Holy Spirit out of this person. He goes, and you've been saying the same thing. He goes, "Do you listen to Gary Vee?" I said, "No, I don't. I don't listen to Gary Vee."
Great guy, man.
Great dude. Yeah. Gary, is it Chuck or Chuck?
Vanderchuck.
Vanderchuck. Yeah, I was like, I always say that last syllable.
I think it's actually like Czech.
Yeah, okay, because he's from Belarus or something like that.
Yeah.
But the point is, so I was like, no, I don't listen to him at all. And then you're like, no, seriously, dude, you need to start listening to him. But it's one thing to come from you because I just don't like you. It's another thing to
it doesn't matter what recommendation I have. No, if I make the recommendation. He's like, yeah, we'll see.
You're kind of, I mean, you're biased.
Yeah,
like you would tell me, and you'd be like, you need to do this. Like, I don't listen to you ever.
Yeah.
But when this person did it, I absolutely bought in. Yeah. He was like, and then he said something. He's like, you kind of share the same ethos as Gary does. Yeah. And I was like, huh, really? And he was like, yeah, you really need to go listen to him. Now, I didn't know what that meant at the time.
Yeah.
And then so I started watching all of his stuff. Now, you have to take Gary in doses. Now, I have continuously like dosed every morning when I'm listening to him, but the big thing for me is like once he got to a point of saying like you have got to do something that you gotta love the process.
Yeah,
love the process.
That's his like big, like if he's got a catchphrase,
that's it. It's you gotta love the process.
That's at least one of them. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that applies to so many things. Like you if you don't love the process, you're not gonna love.
But
frankly, when it sucks,
like I at one point I hated YouTube. I was like, I thought, in my personal opinion, I'm biased. I reached out to the Everyday Dad, Jeremy Judkins, people that I really respect, respect the daylights out of on YouTube for the content that they put out and kind of watching the successes that they have. Now, full disclosure, am I doing everything that I could? No, I'm not. Yeah. Because life. I had to prioritize other things, and I'm trying to get healthier, go to the gym, do these things. Like, I might be big body Cadillac, but I need to be big body, like I'm big boned. Like, for the folks that know Bernie Mac, you'll know where that comes from. I'm big boned. I'm blessed.
Oh man!
I needed to get back in the gym. I needed that back, but so I started like just binge listening to Gary, and so why I decided to make the turn because, like I said, Tuesday we weren't having a live show.
Yeah.
And I have went full bore all in the last 48 hours.
You've gone harder in the last week on just like focus on channel improvement stuff than we've done. Oh my gosh, in a while. Like basically, I think probably since the first time we started a live show, because that's when we were like, let's do lower thirds, let's do new graphics, let's do new.
I'd started to take it so serious.
Yeah.
And the Everyday Dad just makes a comment. He goes, people don't want just because what the algorithm runs. I don't know what the algorithm wants. I have no idea what the algorithm wants.
Dude, drove ourselves crazy trying to figure that out.
I'm looking at things like I didn't even know. Travis had mentioned things like, look at your CTR. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. Like click-through rate, I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah.
But I got to a point where I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I looked at Greg on Tuesday and I said, we have 7 days. We are either going to do, when we set a strategy of 3 things, we're going to do these 3 things. Red pill.
Yeah.
Blue pill is if we don't do those in 7 days, we quit. No more content.
Yeah.
And I think in the 48 hours, we did all 3 things.
Yeah.
I think
I think like 2.5. There's still
I don't even remember the other
socials.
Half. Oh yeah, but like so you started to see like way more content from Twitter because I wasn't twittering very much. I was very bitter. I was very just blah. Jim, just do what you love.
That's 100%. Man. Yeah. Yeah.
You're right.
We're all in, man.
We're all in. So this is my thing. It's like, you know what? The live show may completely blow us away. I don't care. I miss this.
Yeah.
I miss this. I miss telling you how wrong you are constantly. I am the most right.
The fun part is, like, this is our, like, regular hangout time, too. Like, for a long time, this was basically the most regular time that we had to hang out and talk about stuff that actually interests us. Because other than that, like, we might get a chance to hang out once a week at work, at best. And we work together, and we might do that once a week. But other than that, I mean, family life takes you wherever. So
I mean, the family life is what it is.
Yeah.
Like when you got kids, like that's it. Like so, this ties in nicely to one of the topics, and I just want to touch on it really quick. Is I would start to go through Instagram and be like,
I want to come back to family life too.
yeah, I know, right? Like I go back and I was like, I keep continuously looking at my name in Instagram.
Yeah.
Big Body Cadillac. Miss Sheila knows what that's from.
Yeah.
You know what that's from.
Yeah.
Michael knows. Like everybody, Dean knows what that's from. They all know that, and I'm like, you know what? Damn it.
Those are the people that matter.
I
the
want
people
that moment again.
legitimately care.
Falcon 9 Heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want that.
Yeah.
And so you know what? That's why we're back. That's what you can expect. We want to bring guests on the show. We super. I can't even wait to read whatever that comment was. If that's a comment.
Yeah.
I'm not even looking at the screen. I just know because he looked down, he took a sip. I don't even care. But the thing is like we want to bring in other creators, showcase their talents. There's a ton of talented creators out there. Cody, I'm going to say it wrong. I think it's Wanner, Wanner, W-A-N-N-E-R, Wanner.
Yeah, sure.
It's from PA. He had like 1,200 subscribers. Then Peter McKinnon was like, I really like you. Come up to Canada. Not that I'm saying I want to do that, but my point is like, pay it forward.
Yeah.
That's what we're about.
Yeah, for
and what's
sure.
the comment say? What's it
Okay,
say?
so there's a couple of them. So Sheila says, I would have driven up there if you would have stopped, just so y'all know. So if we would have actually said, we're going to stop, Miss Sheila would have driven up here, and now I have met my fair share of kind Southern women, and I have no doubt that she would have grabbed probably both of us by the ear and then read us the riot act.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have no doubts whatsoever.
Fully anticipate, Miss Sheila. I apologize for my outburst. I will not let it happen again.
So, okay, on a lighter note, I want to bring this one up just because the payoff for this is about to happen in, like, not even an hour. It might even happen while we're on the live show. Taking it back to, taking it back to the note about family, right?
Okay.
So, you knew this. I just told you this one before we went live. So, last week was my son's birthday. And so he just turned 6. So, for his birthday, he got a giant Stormtrooper balloon. And I mean, I'm talking, it's 5 foot tall. It floats. It stands up. It's got the blaster.
It's dope.
To the point where it kind of looks like a real person.
Yeah, it does.
To the point where it has scared myself, my wife, and my kids on several occasions because you come downstairs in the morning and you get to figure out, like, where did the Stormtrooper migrate overnight as the air currents carried it around. And then you come around the corner and there's a Stormtrooper and you just about...
I scared the poop right out you.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to phrase that without...
Yeah, dropping the S word.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to keep it family friendly, but I can tell you, it's going to be close.
So anyway, my wife has been out on a trip for the last couple of days. She just landed in Columbus, I think, not that long ago. So that means she's going to be on her way home here pretty shortly. And I took the giant inflatable Stormtrooper and I hid it in the closet with the door closed.
It's going to be dope.
Oh my God.
I can't wait to hear. I don't think I'll be here when the response happens, but
I'm holding on to my phone because I'm sure she's gonna send me just several text messages worth of expletives.
This is us. This is who we are.
That's not even.
He scared the crap out of me earlier. So like you can't see this. Let's see if I can take a picture. You me take a picture of your basement? Do you care if it's weird?
It's dirty.
I won't do that. But let me not do that. So basically, like where this is at is like a little nook in his basement, and so I was setting up for YouTube, plugging things in, doing channel stuff.
Yeah.
As one does. He came around the corner and scared the spirit right out of me, and I think it whistled out when it came out. And it's because like you have the most soundproof basement. It's perfect.
Yeah. It's great for this.
Yeah, it's great for this. So this all ties back into what's it like to be a small creator, because we are still technically a small creator on Technically Speaking. But I got to ask you this question.
Yeah. It's cool because part of the shtick with this is we're not running anything past each other.
No, so he has no idea. Like I've been sitting on this one for. So would you rather have to push your eyeball back in, like so it just like
God.
It just like pops out?
Where is this coming from?
It just like so. Would you rather have to like pop it back in, like it doesn't fall all the way out?
Yeah.
It like spoiler for those that might be watching The Walking Dead. So you know what I'm talking. You don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm like 4 seasons behind.
Okay, so that
okay.
So let's just assume like it comes out a little bit. Like it's not halfway out of your eye, but it's definitely poking out.
Okay.
Okay, so like you know like how your eyes look right now.
Yeah.
It's out a little bit.
Okay.
Or you have to eat
Yeah.
a human eye.
I would rather push my own eye back in than
Okay,
eat
okay,
a
okay.
human eye.
Eat a human eye. Okay.
Eat
so,
a human eye.
Okay.
Those things are not on the same plane.
Okay, hang on. Okay, how about this one?
Yeah.
Have to poke your eye back in, or have to watch the bone stick out of your leg when you break it. Those are awful would you rather's, by the way.
Those are terrible. I love that we went from like this nice wholesome family
No, sure.
straight into the crapper.
21 minutes into the show, right in the crapper.
Man. Okay, I
I
think I'm still gonna go with the eye. I don't particularly want to break a bone.
You gotta go with the eye?
Yeah,
I would pass out from the bone.
From seeing it?
Well, you would pass out from the pain. From the pain? Your bone.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're aware, this bones stay in skin.
Okay,
I don't know if you...
say more about this.
WebMD right here. Yeah. Like, it stays inside the skin. You're going to literally say you're breaking your leg. Like, let's say you broke your leg right there.
Yeah, okay.
And your shin bone is going...
Yeah.
Through
Does it make that noise?
Funny thing about the noise, that's going to come up in a second.
Okay, fine.
But would you go... Like, would you look at what's happening there? Or would you go... Literally, it would probably make a noise, like back in your eye socket. Like a...
Okay.
Like, what would it do?
I'm sure it would make something like that. Whatever.
So you're thinking,
like,
okay,
I would rather deal with
okay,
that
hang
than
on.
deal
So
with
would you
the
rather
light.
end every sentence halfway through or always moan loudly before and after every sentence?
Oh my god. I think I would rather end every sentence.
Tom, yes, we're live. Tom, we're live. You would end every sentence with...
Halfway through. No, halfway through.
You would end it halfway...
See what I did there?
I would do it... well, you know, I think I really got to do this. You're going to have so much fun with that. Why
would
not?
just... Look,
Yes, his beard is more impressive than mine. I'm getting text messages blowing up, too. He's texting me.
Look, this is... I've mentioned it several other times during the live show. This is a product of a lot of laziness. It's really laziness. That's all it is. It's a lot of laziness.
I assure you, though, his beard may be awesome, but this, what we refer to at work as the Pro Hawk.
Yeah.
This Pro Hawk, that's way more glorious than that beard.
Whatever you tell
Hot
yourself,
take.
right?
Would you rather have a beard like that or a Pro Hawk like this?
I'll
Don't
take the
answer
beard.
that question.
The beard every time.
I feel like those are two really good would you rathers right at you. I mean, I came out of the gate hot.
You did.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that, man.
We should probably talk tech. It's 24 minutes into the show.
I was just going to ask you whether or not you had heard of... You good? I believe that's called COVID. All right.
Shut up.
So I think it was last week or something like that. I've been dying to talk to you about this one. I've specifically avoided it so that we could talk about it today.
So you literally not told me this.
We haven't talked about it at all just
Okay.
because we haven't seen each other. And then once we talked about doing the live show, I'm like, well, I'm just going to save till now.
Can't wait.
Pixel 3. You saw that the announcement. It's not even the official announcement, but there was a leak
For
right?
the Android Central, Android Police said like, I have all the packaging.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all,
Showed the device itself.
yeah, like in the box.
Yeah.
So
But still.
okay. We literally cannot be surprised anymore, and I'll be honest, that kind of annoys me.
Yeah.
Like there used to be it's probably annoying because I'm selfish.
Yeah.
On my birthday.
Yeah.
Every year for the last 2 years.
That you bring up probably every single live show.
time. I do.
Yeah.
My birthday on October 4th.
Yeah.
Buy me a present.
Yeah.
Please. Last 2 October 4th,
Yeah.
Google has launched and announced their Pixel line.
Right.
Every single year,
Right.
it is spoiled by a-holes that are like, look at this cool thing they have. You know what?
take-
I don't want to be spoiled. I want to. I used to.
You want the surprise.
I want the surprise.
Yeah.
It's like Christmas. This is
Yeah.
my Christmas. Don't do this. Yeah, you have like rumors. It's got like it's the biggest chin ever, or it's got a freaking huge notch. Like,
Oh, I was gonna say the notch is probably the biggest one.
The notch
yeah.
is the biggest one, and I'll get to that in a second. But my point is like I want to be surprised.
Yeah.
So stop leaking stuff. I don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
It like I get it. You want it's the sensationalization of the media.
that's
today,
exactly
and
what I was gonna
get
say.
it. Like
yeah.
it's everywhere from politics to entertainment. Tech's no different.
Yeah.
It just really annoys me. Like everyone knew what the
Yeah.
Note 9 was gonna be.
Yeah.
And then when it launched today, to me, it
Yeah.
went over like a thud. But there were times where I would want to watch the Note 9. By the way, that thing looks like it has banana specs, which we'll talk about. But this is about the Pixel 3. I love the design.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. I made a video, what,
A while
4
ago.
weeks ago
Yeah.
that talked about I had a P20 Pro.
Oh yeah.
I was like, P20 Pro versus iPhone X. And I do have an iPhone X that's sitting here right now. But the point is, I get it. Like, I understand now.
Sure.
I want a phone that gives me the ability to do what I want it to do, and it takes the crispiest pictures. I use my phone to do socials, to take photos and videos. I made
the P20 takes the crispy
yeah.
pictures. Yeah.
Well, no, the
Well,
Pixel
yeah,
2
the Pixel
XL,
2 does,
like
for
so,
sure.
like, but everybody criticizes. It's like it's got the biggest chins ever. Oh my god, the bezels, blah blah blah. I don't care. I don't care. And so the idea is like, well, it has the biggest forehead or a notch or whatever they're calling it. I don't care.
On the Pixel 3.
It has a huge. Let me get it wrong. It's got a big notch. Like when you compare that notch to the notch on. Look, I'm looking at the notch right now on the iPhone.
Yeah.
That notch on the Pixel 3 looks a little bit bigger. I'm not going to deny that. Pixel definitely is going to have a little more girth when it comes to that notch. But
I don't like. Are we so
care.
desperate for screen real estate that we need like that extra little notch up there? Like, I get that everybody wants the no notch look. I get that
It looks dope. The no notch look looks great.
without question. But like, we'll get there. You know what I mean? Like, it cracks me up how people are not willing to deal with like the interim product. They just want the penultimate result. To the detriment of everything else, like to the point where like even as smartphones kind of peak out and hit like maximum smartphone, like we've talked about this before too, like some of the features that people argue about whether or not it's a big deal, like you're arguing over just dumb stuff at this point.
To me,
to me at least.
To me, it's not a big deal. Like the
It's
notch,
not.
the notch is just not a big deal. Would it be better if it was a full screen?
No doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be. But I'm willing to give up the real estate of the notch that I didn't care about to begin with.
Well, it's not like
I
the
don't get it
notch
now.
is taking. That's my thing. It's not like the notch is taking away from pre-existing screen real estate.
People
Like,
say it's
the
aesthetically displeasing.
Oh my God! Get over yourselves.
what it says.
Aesthetically displeasing is one of the most ridiculous arguments I've ever heard. Like,
Well, that's what they
okay,
say. It's
but-
aesthetically, it's displeasing to the eye when I have a big forehead in the way. Like, okay, I get that, and I will admit, like, Android P came out this week.
Yeah.
And
Android Pie, right? Android
Pie.
9?
Yeah, it's Pie.
What version is this though? Is this
9.
Okay. Yeah.
So Android Pie came out,
Yeah.
and I will admit, like, it moved the clock from the upper right to the upper left.
Yeah.
Now I'm anticipating that for what would be like a Pixel 3 that has the notch and it moves everything on the one side.
Yeah.
Which I get, and it threw me way off, and I hated that.
Yeah.
Like looking at the clock, I like programmatically I always went upper right.
Yeah.
Upper right because it was always there.
Yeah.
And then
Not
it was
on the iPhone.
but not on the iPhone
Yeah.
and not on the Pixel. It's now on the left,
Yeah.
so that threw me off. So
Yeah.
then I get it, but to me the notch is overplayed.
So would you rather not an actual? Would you rather? Would you
Damn.
rather have no notch at all? Like, would you rather they just skipped having the notch? Like you went from
You
having
wanted-
like
you want
bezel
the
to
big
full
bezel.
screen? Yeah. Like, does the fact that the notch is there, does that highlight the issues with stuff being up in the corner and kind of throwing off your perception of the phone?
Do you remember when people used to complain about widescreen? Where's the rest of the picture? I want the top and the bottom.
Oh yeah.
You remember
Yeah,
that,
I got
right?
you. Yeah.
And now could
the 4:3 versus 16:9
like,
aspect ratio.
What happened to the bars at the top and the bottom? You remember those, right?
yeah.
Like people were like legit
Yeah.
losing their mind. To me,
Yeah.
could you imagine now watching a movie otherwise?
So here's the problem. You're talking to the wrong person because, first of all, I wouldn't be caught dead watching a movie on a 4x3 screen because I have, like, right over there, I have a 120-inch projector screen set up.
I get that, but pretend not to be rich for a second.
Oh, please, it's not even about rich. It's just about, like, I know how to build it, so I did. That's the thing.
I'm above you peasants.
Peasants with your 4x3 screen. No, with
your tube televisions.
I am very, like, if I'm going to watch a movie, I want to be in the movie. So I'm not watching it on a 4x3. I'm not even watching it on a small widescreen. So the bars argument doesn't really play with me because I'm only watching a movie on a sufficiently large widescreen TV. That sounds so pretentious.
It does.
Sorry, not sorry.
I don't waste my time with anything less than 120 inches.
I mean, you could talk me down to 100. Let's be real.
Oh, that's what you think. You'll also notice I'm drinking Le Croix. I'm trying to drink more water.
No,
not necessarily. You're right. No one.
Preston called me a 1%er.
It's true, the 1%er. But again, people used to complain about the bars at the top and the bottom. Who gives it? I almost let it go. I'm out of practice. I almost let it fly. But who cares?
Yeah, I agree.
Who cares? The iPhone. By the way, the iPhone X, beautiful. Has a notch. Is it bigger than the other ones? Who cares? It's not about the size.
Hey, let's catch up on some comments here real quick. So I definitely want to bring up, Miss Sheila brings up a good point. She was talking about leaks. She said, just stop reading the leaks. That'll teach them. I agree with you in principle. The problem that I have with that, though, so it's easier, I guess, to avoid some of the leaks about technology and stuff like that, or things that require you to kind of dig into the technical specs. Mm-hmm. The fact that there is a Pixel 3 confirmed, I feel like, is a headline that a website could display that you'll just end up reading, and that in and of itself kind of spoils some of the fun. So, to an extent, I get what you're saying, Ms. Sheila, where just don't read the details and you're still preserving some of the fun. But it's just the idea that we're at a point in time where of the things that I love, technology, video games, and movies, and there ain't a one of those things that goes spoiler-free. If there's a movie that somebody even hears rumors about, or anything about a movie, and I'm thinking specifically about Infinity War, because it has been like the hottest, most debated movie in a while, and maybe that's just my biased Google search algorithm feeding me what I want to see, or don't want to see in this case, because they're talking about stuff that's going to happen in Avengers 4, and I'm like, I don't want to see this.
I'll be honest, I read it.
I can't. I don't want to know anything about it.
I was so surprised by how Infinity Wars ended. I was like, I cannot get enough. I have to just... And people just eat it up. It just...
Yeah.
And I can't get enough of it.
I can't absolutely get enough of it. I stopped at Infinity War. I don't want to know anything else. I loved Infinity War so much that I don't want to know what they have planned for anything else. I'm like, that one movie is enough to, on Goodwill alone, get me to buy a ticket for the next one. No questions asked.
Man, that movie was good. It comes out in like a week.
Oh yeah, that will be a day one purchase.
Oh yeah, there's no question. Man, I'm gonna go watch it, and I'm still gonna cry.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna watch it on the big 120-inch TV.
Excuse me while I watch. How could you? Why would you want to watch that? I almost want to. I can't spoil it. I don't know why it would matter at this point. But
I still wouldn't. It's that good.
It's that good. Go watch it if you haven't.
Yeah.
But why would you want to put yourself through that on 120 inches? Why would you do that to yourself? There's one particular scene, too. You know which one I'm talking about.
That you wouldn't want to watch again?
Why would you want to watch that? It's literally life-size right in front of you at that point. It makes it real, Greg.
It does. I want to feel, Scott.
I don't want to feel that anymore.
I want to feel feelings.
Do you? Look, one thing I will say about the Pixel 3 leak based on whatever that stuff is, first of all, stop leaking. And the second is USB Type-C headphones that look a lot like the Pixel Buds. When everybody was like, the Pixel Buds are the worst, blah, 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 blah. We were one of the only channels I know for a fact that was like, no, seriously, the Pixel Buds are pretty great. And the fact that they're going to use what, according to this leak, was a very similar, if not identical design.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now that if they use the USB Type-C, which it would have to be, and you have the ability to touch with the right bud wired,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I got a tingly giblets. I'm going to tell you that right now.
So, Man, so yes, we had one of the rare positive takes on the Pixel Buds. I feel
True
like
story.
everyone else kind of rehashed the exact same points. However, after having used them for a long time, I will say that I've come down in my overall positivity of them.
Lies.
I still love them, by the way. I still
news.
use them almost daily.
Fake
I actually have a different set of daily drivers now that are truly wireless.
What?
The Sony WH-CH700Ns that I got on.
Those cans?
Yeah.
Really?
Those things are the dopest of dope. For $100, got them on Prime Day. You'll see a review coming here pretty shortly. Talk about hot take right
Wow.
there. But anyway, so like some of the criticisms that the Pixel Buds got, like in terms of charging, like how when you put them on the charger, like that is absolutely warranted. It wasn't a big deal initially, and I wonder if it's not a case of once the Pixel Buds kind of like that, it becomes a little more challenging to make sure that they're fully seated. I throw my Pixel Buds case in my backpack all the time when I go to work.
Mm-hmm.
It is a 50-50 shot as far as whether or not those are still securely fitted into the case and still charging. Yeah. If I turn my Bluetooth on my phone, on more than one occasion, I will answer a phone call coming in on my phone, and I can't hear anybody. Oh, Bluetooth is on. They connected to my Pixel Buds in my bag.
Just turn Bluetooth on, turn it back off again.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I usually leave Bluetooth on all the time.
Well, yeah, just toggle it.
But the point is, I didn't know it at the time. So it's like, hey, for whatever reason, I can't hear you. It must be something wrong with the phone. And then I hang up. And then I'm looking at it and go, oh, it's because I'm connected to my
Why
Pixel
don't you
Buds.
pay attention to details?
That's it. Channel's over. We're done. We're breaking up. I don't love you anymore. I want a divorce.
Fine. Get out.
You're in my house!
Fine, I'll get out. Would you rather be able to have a 3-minute conversation with your past self or your future self?
Oh, future self. No
Oh,
question.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no question.
What are you going to tell your past self? What are you
Well,
going to... Way to screw up, a-hole.
Well, yeah,
I mean, what are you going to say?
I would, because I don't care about past mistakes, but if I could get a leg up on, like, moving forward, no question.
What's the lottery numbers, bro?
I wouldn't even do that. Like, even if there was, like, certain, like, okay, here's the code of conduct. It's like the genie thing where it's, like, no wishing for more wishes.
Yeah.
That, even if it was okay, you can't ask for lottery numbers, no sports statistics, Back to the Future 3, I'm looking at you. No, Back to the Future 2.
Why?
I'm just saying, even if that
With
was
those
verboten,
rules?
even with those things in place, like, you couldn't financially gain from it.
But what happens if you... Okay. What we're setting rules here all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Because what are you gonna,
look, I'm
if
just
you
saying,
ask them like, hey,
I would
what
want-
did you do on Tuesday that caused me to have this weird lump? Like, am I supposed to ask that? It was like, so I don't do the Tuesday thing? Now I have now forked time. What am I supposed to do with that?
Hey, what are you going to do talking to your past self? Like, same thing with a
No,
wife.
I'm
We're
not
talking
I'm
about
not-
forking
no,
time here.
I know, but I'm not saying...
It's about to get nerdy.
I am not talking about the past. I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, well,
Yeah.
something has to be off limits. You clearly can't interact with yourself because
No,
then
I'm
you
saying-
would fork time.
I'm saying if
there would be a parallel something or
if
other.
you can't exchange information that would lead to financial good, I would still opt for talking to my future self because that's how much I think it would be awesome.
Oh, hey, there's no doubt that it would be
Yeah,
awesome. But
that's all I'm saying.
But could you take action on what they tell you? Would you be forbidden to take action on what they told you?
Oh, I think that's different.
What do you mean you think that's different? You mean
I
to tell me
think-
I'm supposed to, like, okay, data is just a thing. It's like
Yeah.
that's a wall. Data is that. But if I get data, I then can take that and do information with it.
Yeah, I'm saying.
So if
I'm
you
saying
give
that would
me
be
a
okay
data
to me.
point.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're
That's
saying
different
I could.
than what I'm saying is like as a stipulation. If they said that you could not directly transmit information that would be direct financial gain, lottery numbers, stock prices,
Okay.
sports, so you couldn't do betting.
I
I'm
would
looking
bet.
at you, Back to the Future too.
I would still do it. Break the rules.
Break the rules.
Rebels
I
out
do
of
what I
cause.
want.
I'm going platinum.
This is my world. I do what I want.
I do what I want. Would you rather always feel like you have to poop or have bad breath?
Oh.
The answer is, okay, if you had to feel like it, or did you have like the guts that go?
Bubble guts.
I can't do the bubble guts, man.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Just chew gum like you're
Oh.
just going out of
yeah.
style.
I would probably take the bad breath. The for me, like feeling like you have to go poop is bad enough. For me, I hate the feeling of having to go pee. Hate it.
Having to go pee.
Yes, is hate it. Here's the thing. So
Can't wait where to see where this is going.
well, okay. So I used to be in the military. I used to be in the Army. At a certain point in time, you get to doing like these really long ruck marches, they call them, where you just throw a bunch of junk in your backpack.
Okay.
These giant framed backpacks, and then you just go like 27 miles out into the woods, and you just march forever. There are few things that are more excruciating than having to march and keep up with the rest of the group while having to pee so bad that you can taste it. Oh, you're a professional, sir.
I don't know why that started. I don't know where we were going with that.
Larry's
I literally
here. Larry.
Whoa, Larry.
What's going on, Larry?
My goodness.
So anyway, there are a few things that are worse than having to pee so bad you can taste it, while also having to march quickly.
Why would
that
you just,
alone?
Why didn't you just stop and pee?
That's not how this works.
Why can't you do that?
That's not how it works.
Why
Look,
can't you
the
do that?
look,
I don't know how else to say it.
the choices are you pee yourself or you hold it. Those are your options.
Oh, that's always
There's
number
no
one.
stopping.
Oh yeah, I would just pee my pants.
I know. No, you still look. You're mile 8 into a 27-mile march.
Okay, so hang on a second. Yeah, I mean, you got to try to suck it up a little bit. I mean, not mile 8, you've got at least another... Walking. Yeah, I get it.
Walking.
You can say running, I still understand that it's walking.
But yeah,
No.
it's slow. Imagine how long it takes to walk 8 miles.
Well, I'm assuming you walk at roughly about a 14 to 15 mile per hour clip.
I'm just saying.
14, wait, no, you can't walk at that clip. That's fast.
The everyday dad. That's not how it works.
That's how
That's
it works.
Not how it works.
I'm just saying.
Not how it works, brother.
You can go ahead and say it. It's not how it works, but
I'm not.
Look, if I have
even Jim agrees with me.
If I have
You
to
can't.
go, if I
That's
have
not
to
how it
go,
works.
I'm going.
Do that.
Fine.
Do that.
Fine. I will.
Now,
Whatever.
at the end of said 27 miles, then you get to camp, and now you're going
There's
to...
a stream.
Oh, there's not a stream.
Oh,
well,
look,
I mean...
if I can talk to my future
sometimes-
self, then I can put a stream where I want. Like, if I can't bet on sports and future self back to the
Then
future style, then I'm making water
for
wherever
sure,
I can.
yeah. Stream so I can do my thing.
I'm going to wash my
man.
drawers. I'm washing my drawers. Okay, 15 minutes per mile is a good pace.
Yeah.
Okay, I was right.
Yeah.
Bam.
Look,
I wasn't saying
that you're
just
wrong.
pee your pants.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it's a long way to go. And the
Just-
point is, I got into a march and then went, wow, man, I really got to pee. I drank a lot of water because it's already like 97 degrees and we're in, where was I, in Georgia? I think I was in Georgia.
You know what you could have done?
Peed myself.
No, you could have actually worked harder to sweat more so you didn't have to pee. That's right. I called you lazy. Oh, did I just touch a nerve? I feel that was low. I didn't need to do that. I apologize for my outburst.
Also, Jim Lynch, retared Marine, thank you for your service, sir.
Appreciate
your
it,
service,
sir.
yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I'll be honest. I'm soft.
It's the... Oh, there's a
Ooh,
mosquito.
fun.
Get it. Come down here. There's a mosquito flying around. If it comes into camera range... Well, that's not a mosquito. Whatever. It's
a
okay.
Do you care about 3 iPhones?
3 iPhones?
Have you heard about the 3 new ones?
3 iPhones?
3 iPhones. You've
Okay.
not heard. Okay.
No. Because, hang on. As a sidebar, there's also been a rumor that there's going to be 3 Pixels as well.
Okay,
so let's
so-
jump into that.
Got it.
You. Ha-ha!
So,
I got guts on me.
3 iPhones. This is also.
Needs some ointment for that burn.
I'll drink my La Croix. Thank you very much.
So iPhones. There's 3 iPhones.
So that another one stuck on my crawl. So some of the larger YouTubers.
Oh, actually, let me reach out to the community real quick. I'm genuinely interested whether or not any of you care about notches in phones. Like, is it a big deal to any of you? Feel free to throw some comments in the chat over there. Is this a make or break for you? Does anybody care? Would you actively not buy a device because it had a notch? It just
If you
it
knew
seems
that-
so overblown to
If
me,
you
and I
knew
feel like
that
I'm
the
biased.
camera was as great as the Pixel 2 XL or the iPhone X, does the notch bother you?
I feel like you can't go backwards in camera, so it's almost a
I agree.
non-argument, non-issue.
Ben, when you say nope, say
Nope
nope,
what?
it's not a big deal, or nope, I'm not
Nope,
buying
don't
it.
care.
Nope, don't care. Thanks.
Got it.
There we
okay.
go.
Yeah. So 3 iPhones. I had
So
not heard this.
MKBHD and then Andrew Edwards also actually physically had. So the case manufacturers always get
Yeah.
like
The physical dimensions.
The physical. Well, they get the actual device. Like,
I didn't know they got the actual device. I thought they got like a dummy.
Like
maybe.
it's a dummy, but it's made of the same material.
Okay, got it.
And I want them because I just want to hold them.
The devices.
Because I need to know how big. There's 3 of them, so there's basically a refresh of the iPhone X, so roughly one that's this size.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna guess is an iPhone X Plus. It's a bigger version of the iPhone X. So it's my guess is it's gonna be roughly Pixel 2 size. So like that.
Gotcha.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that has not the up and down cameras, but has a single camera.
Oh, interesting.
Like the iPhone, I think 8. I think the iPhone 8 has a single camera.
So I'm assuming they're not ditching the like the original purpose of the 2 cameras.
It's two lenses.
Right. So did they combine the 2? Like, if they
I don't
engineering
know
challenge wise?
That I don't know.
Okay, interesting.
My guess is it's no, and they've just basically dipped more better internals.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, do you care?
Yeah.
You care that there's 3 iPhones? Do you care at all?
I mean, here's my thing. It's like I don't care as much about smartphones as I used to. I just don't anymore. I used to be the buy the smartphone, root it, ROM it. Like I would go so deep on messing with smartphones, and now I just don't care. Like more and more often, I also used to load my smartphones up with games. I don't do that anymore either. So it's like if it's not tools, like if it's not something I can utilize to make a better use of my time, I don't have time for it, and I'm not interested in it. Like I just don't care anymore. And that's the thing that I got into with ROMing too. Is you could unlock some really really cool features. All of that mattered before kind of peak smartphone. All that mattered before Android really got to like a really good stride of great features. All that mattered with iPhone in the early iPhone days when you couldn't really customize that much, and you could do some wicked cool customization if you rooted your iPhone.
Shout out to one person that I know is not watching, but I'm gonna call him out.
Yeah.
Justin.
Yeah.
Justin's like the next time you see him, literally go Liberty ROM. That's all you say.
Okay.
Liberty ROM.
Yeah.
And he will say probably some explicit language, and then he'll be like, "Clearly you talk."
You've been talking to Scott.
You clearly talk to Peachy because I'll tell you. So, when we were working, it's 10 years at this point, by the way, at this place that we worked together.
Okay, yeah. That was 10 years ago.
Yeah, so we had the same phone. We had one of the OG droids.
Yeah.
Like Slider.
Yeah.
One of the very first droids, which by the way is one of the
which
most
one
dope phones ever. No, it's literally Motorola Droid. That's what it was. That's who made it.
I thought it was called something different though. It was like Motorola Droid something.
No.
Okay, whatever. So
anyway, so maybe it was the first phablet version that they had.
Yeah.
But
I keep thinking the Sidekick, but that was
no. That was T-Mobile.
Android. Yeah. Okay.
Those are dope too, though. Like I wanted one so bad.
I know a story about this. Mr. Mayor says they just need to be waterproof. He may or may not have dropped his phone in a bucket of water and had to buy a new phone.
Recently?
Yes. Yeah.
Like how recent? Like since last couple weeks?
I don't know.
Okay. All right, we'll get to that
but
one.
I know
anyway, Liberty ROM. So he decides that so I ROM it. I do everything to mine, and I was self-taught. Now Justin wanted the same thing because it was dope. It was sweet.
Yeah.
So I rooted it, I ROM'd it, and everything, and he didn't. He'll lie and tell you that he knew it. He didn't know anything. He didn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
And so he was talking to a potential employer one day, and they're like, "Oh, so you're kind of a techie?" He's like, "Yeah, I got Liberty ROM on my phone." He starts talking about these features.
Yeah.
Dude, you don't have a clue how you did that. I have no idea. So he's like, "Yeah, I'm a pretty technical person, Liberty ROM." So the joke for at this point, almost a decade, is Liberty ROM. You're not techie. You're not techie.
I'm so
call him out. You know what? I'm gonna call him out now. If you are watching, which you're not, and I'm gonna still tag you in this.
Yeah.
Liberty ROM, lying liar. It's a liar.
Okay, so I gotta back up. First of all, Jeff Kreider, welcome, sir. Glad to have you aboard. So, asked a bunch of people whether or not they thought the notch was a big deal. Overwhelmingly, no. Preston said at first he thought it was, and then they're not as invasive as he initially thought. Almost everybody else said no. Larry said it was weird for a day.
Ben with the slow jab, not even a slow jab, just straight right hook jab at Apple. With
Same
Preston,
places.
like, sidebar rant, where in the hell is AirPower? Great question.
Yeah.
By the way, can we just still talk about how, and I'll put the AirPod,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Plays brilliant music. Siri is worthless. Not worthless. That's not fair.
Okay.
It is significantly behind Google Assistant.
No question.
And
No
I would argue that it's behind Alexa, and
Oh my God, no question.
and only because Alexa has integrations. Siri is the worst. Somebody made a comment. It was like Cortana's better. I was like, first of all, what?
Okay, literally
It's
the
like-
only time I've ever interacted with Cortana is so that I can be lazy and not have to get up and turn my Xbox on. And that's it.
Cortana sounds cool. I don't have Microsoft anything now. Like at work,
It's
I'm
on
on Mac.
Windows 10.
I'm not on Windows anymore.
Oh, that's right,
I'm
you got a
literally
Mac.
not on Windows.
It's on Windows 10. It's on an Xbox. Neither of which you have.
Nope.
So, random sidebar. I actually bought a new Xbox too.
XDA.
XDA
Pepperidge
developers.
Farm, remember?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
that one got me. Pepperidge Farm. I love
Pepperidge
me
Farm
some
members.
XDA developers. I was on that day.
I was on that not that long ago.
Man.
Like I still have like Android tablets. Matter of fact, old Amazon Fire tablets that I keep powered off specifically so that when the next version of the root ROM kit comes out, so that I can root it and turn it into a standard Android tablet comes out, boom, I got you. So I check back on XDA developers. I bet once a month. I'm there pretty regular.
Pepperidge Farm members. That was still
Pepperidge
good.
Farm remembers.
You know what I like about my cake? Diabetes. Wilford
Diabetes.
Brimley's. Order Assistant, Alexa, Cortana, Siri. I would argue that. What about Bixby? By the way, Samsung came out with what?
The Bixby speaker.
Oh my god. MKBHD
Look.
actually came out and was like, yeah, that's a total prank on April Fools. They're going to come out with a speaker. Then made a speaker that, by the way, still looks better than the actual real Bixby speaker that came out today.
Yeah.
It looks like a weird teardrop shape
Yeah.
with like a circle at the top. Bixby then Siri. I don't know about that.
Okay.
Bixby's pretty trash though.
So, boy, I would almost say that Assistant and Alexa may or may not trade spaces back and forth. Here's the thing.
It depends.
Yeah, it depends on what you're trying to use it for. If you're talking about like integration with phone and stuff like that, you have to give it to the Assistant, no question.
Smart
because
homes.
Smart homes, yeah, really good.
It depends.
But the thing that Amazon has over pretty much everyone else is Lex is the product that drives Alexa. So Lex is the actual AI voice recognition core, and that's on everything AWS. Like it's literally like 3 clicks of a button away from enabling Lex on just about anything. Google doesn't have that. Like you sure, but Amazon owns the cloud too. So Amazon tapping into AWS, tapping into Lex, tapping into all the other products that are then powered by AWS, the potential is way greater, I feel like, for Amazon.
I agree, but
Google has the data.
Google has the
For
data,
days.
but they also have the actual
interface,
the interface. Like
The
you
interface
don't-
that everybody has.
Yeah.
The majority of the world at this point has.
Yeah.
Google has access to that interface. Now, whether or not the rest of the world has a updated enough device to be able to access Assistant, completely different story. And I would imagine that that's probably going to be So to your point about the 3 iPhones,
Yeah.
the other rumor that I saw with the Pixel 3 stuff was that there's going to be 3 Pixel 3 phones.
I ain't buying it.
2 premium tier devices, which these would be premium tier, Pixel 2 XL premium tier, and then 1 high-end device, which I'm not sure which device below Apple, Google, and Samsung you would point at and say is premium. maybe a Huawei. Like, is the Huawei P20 just a high-end device then?
Oh, no, that's premium.
That's premium tier?
That's unequivocally premium.
Okay, so then what do you think would qualify as a high-end device? Chat, what do you think would qualify as a high-end device as well,
that's
too?
a great question. Like, a high-end, like, what would qualify?
Not premium tier, right? So if we're calling iPhones,
But that's
the
subjective.
Pixels, and the Samsungs, but I think those are unarguably premium tier. So then what is, if that's the premium tier, what is the next tier down?
Well, the way that Apple's done it is iPhone X,
Yep.
and then they have, like, 876, but a 5S would be, like,
But those were premium
budget.
tier when they came out.
Well, 5S was budget, though, at one point. Like, that's their budget line. They have
Agreed,
that
and they
plastic.
discontinued it.
Like, I don't even know what... Like, my thing is, like, there's premium, and then there's last year's premium then becomes, like, the high-end model. It's the same. It's the same internals.
I don't think you can count that though, because I feel like you have to look at irrespective of time, because over time, hardware naturally goes down in price because like the next generations come out that are better and more powerful, so you continue to raise the price. Like demand goes down for the previous generation, stuff like that. Matter of fact, you want to talk about another one. Another hot take for content that's coming up on Technically Speaking.
Whoa!
I have the Wi-Fi Roundup where I talk about Google Wi-Fi, Amplify HD, and the Deco M9 and which one is the best. The Deco M9 is not the most expensive, but Google Wi-Fi keeps going down in price. It's older hardware.
It still works.
I get that, but that doesn't make it anything less than... It was premium tier when it came out, but I don't think that changes from premium tier down to high end just because of time. Even if the specs are the same, it was still originally billed as a premium tier device.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think we're arguing the same thing. It's like,
Maybe.
I think...
Yeah,
like,
but the difference is you're wrong, and I'm not. So.
But that's impossible because I'm never wrong. Basically, what I'm saying is, like, what is the high-end model but not premium? It's last year's device.
I don't think that's the case.
That's the case. It's the same thing. It's the reason why
was last year's when last year's device was this year's device, was it a premium device?
So you're saying like this is premium,
Yes.
and so you're saying OG Pixel was that high end when
Yeah.
when this came out?
When OG Pixel, when it came out, was that a premium tier device?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so it is still a premium tier device.
No,
it's
it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
you
it's
just
not.
wouldn't buy it.
No, it's not a premium tier device.
It's not a premium tier device now, but
It-
I don't
that's
think
my
that,
point.
But it doesn't make it
It-
a high-end device
Yeah,
at
but-
that point.
Yes, it does.
No.
Is it still premium?
No, it's not premium tier anymore.
Then what is it?
Why would you buy it?
That's not the question. The question is that then
It's old hardware at that point.
does it make it a high end model? It's
No,
not,
I think
it's old relative, but to the premium
But you're
one it's
comparing-
old. But to the previous version, it's still go with me on this one.
Yeah, okay.
High end.
No.
Therefore it's a high end device, not premium, because it doesn't have the most premium specs.
No,
It
'cause I
doesn't
don't
have the
think-
low specs either. It has the
I see
high
what you're
end
saying.
it has the high end specs.
I see what you're saying.
So you're saying
you're
I'm
talking
right.
about previous generation hardware, and that's where I make the distinction. If you're talking about, like, if we're looking at hardware in terms of generational stuff, I'm only really interested in comparing fairly recent stuff. If I have to reach back years to find other devices, I'm not. That's old stuff. I'm not.
I know,
I'm
but
not-
take the years out of it. If I'm going to do a Snapdragon 845 or
Yeah.
a Snapdragon 836, year agnostic, one would be premium and one would be, say it with me, high end.
Again.
It happens to be
Right.
in last year's model, but the
Yeah.
Snapdragon 835, 836, or whatever it was, is now high end because 845 is premium.
Okay. Okay.
I'm right.
I can't. I
Yeah,
can't.
but I have now pulled you back though. I've pulled
No.
you over a little closer to the side.
No, because I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
But
I'm right.
if I'm evaluating, I'm only interested in current hardware. Like straight up, I'm only interested in current hardware. I'm not going back in time to buy stuff that used to be premium that is now high end.
I get that, but the question was like, what is the high end device?
Yeah.
And my answer was
Of the current generation of hardware, what is the high end device? And I don't think you can count
when
the
the
Pixel.
Pixel 3 comes out
Yeah.
and it has, I don't know what it has. If it has something like, hang on a second, an 845 in it, I
Yeah.
don't know if that's actually true.
What was
if
the
it
rumor?
had-
I think the
I don't
rumor
know
was
what
like
the rumor-
860.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
So if it's 860,
No, it's an 845 is what they're saying. Yeah.
845.
Yeah.
If I look at it, I have a processor here and I have a processor here.
Yeah.
One is an 845 and another is an 835. What do you call the 845?
Last year's model.
No. 845 is this year's model. What is the 845 versus the 835?
Okay.
845 is
Are they part of the same model lineup? See, the difference is you and I are taking the exact same information and we're dividing it in two different places.
Yes, but I'm doing it right. You're not.
Larry, I get what you're saying. GTX versus GTX Ti. I get what he's saying because what he's talking about now is video card technology. Brother, I'm with you. A 1080 versus a 1080 Ti. A 1080 Ti is a higher end video card. That is the premium tier. The 1080 was the premium tier. It is not a premium tier anymore.
It's high end.
No, it is last generation hardware. The Ti is now the premium tier.
Okay, then what's high end then?
Okay, but the thing is, like, if you keep bumping down what used to be premium tier into the high end tier, your high end tier just continues to grow. It's a massive high end tier pool of devices.
No, it goes down. So
I get it. Then your low end tier stuff continues to fall off.
Yeah,
too.
your
That
low end
grows
stuff
too.
dies.
Yes.
It's you know what it is? This is what we call just science. This is life. You know what? You know what? When we're running away from a cheetah, all I have to do is beat you.
Okay. Yeah.
And then after that, I got to beat the next person.
Yeah.
I don't have to be the fastest. I just have to be
not
better
be
than the
slowest.
last person.
Fair
So
enough.
when the low drops off, then let him die.
Fair enough.
Dean!
Welcome back, Dean.
Dean, thank you so much for that.
So happy to have you back.
5 pounds.
I'm telling you, I've been meaning to do this. I need to go to the bank and get a pound note.
I have a 2-pound note. The
You
first 2-pound note that he actually sent us, I have at home.
I want to do that and
You
put it
cannot
up on
have
the
it.
wall. I know. I'm not going to take yours. I just want
Suck it,
one.
Trebek.
Suck it, Trebek.
Suck it long and suck it hard.
Also, hey, Ben, thank you for calling out the fact that I have a bunch of videos out there now talking about wireless mesh networking products. If you or anyone you know has a bunch of problems with Wi-Fi penetration in your house, you should check out some of our videos. We've actually been very successful in the mesh network corner, and I
Can't believe it.
I have tested a lot of them. So
Is it Niche Fam TV? Are you guys? Technically speaking, are you guys in the No Small Creator group? I'm not sure what that means.
yeah,
Like, are you talking about like with Cody, or there's a group that actually started it?
Yeah, if there's an official group that is part of the No Small Creator, I would say no, we're not a part of that. However, being small creators and kind of seeing what's happening with the No Small Creator movement, I would happily join up with that or be a part of that. I'm a big believer in that, especially having come up from being like I mean, what's smaller than small? Like microscopic creator to success that we would have never dreamed of. Like when we first started this thing, we would have never guessed that we would be looking at closing the year at 10,000 subscribers and as successful as what we are. So we are thrilled to be where we're at. And the idea that we could help out other smaller, or even about our size creators, I am all about that. I am all about the idea of that community. So yeah, maybe unofficially, and if you know more about how to become a part of that, say the word.
I believe that it started with Cody.
Yeah.
And it has a very interesting... it has an interesting story because there's a lot of positives about, I believe in the movement of No Small Creator because everybody has a voice, everybody has this, and I agree with it. I am in that camp. But I know what the other camp is saying. I respect the message, but I don't agree with what that is. Now, without getting into that, selfishly, I have tagged Cody in a lot of tweets, and he's always liked my tweets but never responded. And I'm not say, respond to me, please.
Yeah.
I really want to get Cody on the show.
You're thirsty. It's fine.
No, I want to get him on the show.
Yeah.
I'm going to try. I promised everybody I'm going to actively try to get him on the show, probably via remote. He probably won't come to Ohio, even though he's only in PA.
Still, I wouldn't drive. I wouldn't drive for us.
Well, why can't we drive to him? This is a laptop.
Yeah.
This thing moves.
Okay, say more.
From a lap to the top of the table.
Yeah. What you
From the window
my
to the wow. I'm gonna let y'all finish that one. Then, I'm sorry. But I'm gonna try to get Cody on the show. I would like to get it because I, you know what? I love the message. I'm big on the message. I want to pay it forward. We're not crazy big creators. We're just not. I want to get creators that want to be on shows. Let's do it. I don't care if you have 150,000 subscribers, you have 1 million subscribers. I don't care. I want to get you on the show. Let's have a conversation. Let's have fun.
Yeah.
From the window to the wall.
Yeah.
So the sweat.
Yes.
Creeps.
So Andrew has a great question. He says, "What phone has never had, what phone line has never had a premium device?" I mean, I feel like there's a lot.
Never had a premium device.
ZTE, Blue. But I feel like that's such trash tier. Like that's almost too easy to call them out. But what's like a good middle of the road, recognizable name brand that has never had a premium tier device? LG.
No, they've had premium. I would say the V30 is a really premium device.
Oh yeah.
V30 is really good. Like it was a great phone. Yeah.
So I mean, Samsung is an obvious no. Apple, Google, obvious no's. Huawei has had not only the P20, but also
Huawei's the most popular smartphone brand in the world.
Also, they had the 6P.
That
the
the 6P was fine, but yeah.
The P20. I mean,
the P20 Pro is
no question.
Fantastic. Maybe a mobile new
Nokia.
No, the Nokia had the Lumia 20. It had like a 45 megapixel camera. It was pretty premium.
Okay.
No one used it, but it was.
Yeah.
It was a fairly premium device.
Was that one of the last
yellow
ones they did?
Yeah. Great big circle.
The big window.
Man, I don't know. Like that's a
great
good question. Not Motorola. When you start to go back in these manufacturers like Nokia, that would come to mind. But then they had the Lumia line.
Yeah.
That was the problem is that never got off the ground because it was a Windows thing.
And that's part of why.
Banana phone.
Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. I feel like if you go far enough back in time, the idea of like what a premium phone is starts to break down because you have the obvious stuff like.
Are you saying
Apple.
that a premium phone would then become a high-end phone because of older year models?
No, I'm just saying like the idea, like the concept of a premium phone didn't necessarily exist. You had Apple and then you had everybody else.
I would agree with that.
Right?
I would agree with that.
And that's why I don't consider previous generations of hardware when it comes to premium devices because the definition of what premium was for that generation has changed. So, bam!
It's 9:08. We've been going at the 68 minutes.
Bam!
68 minutes.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of me being right.
I actually stopped paying attention in the last 15 seconds. 2 minutes to go.
Garmin made a bad phone. The Garmin O phone.
Garmin O phone?
Garmin O phone? Garmin
O
phone.
Garmin O phone. So, last question.
Garmin
and
phone.
It could be the
ring,
most...
ring. Garmin phone. Anyway, what? You were saying words.
God, I hate you.
Kyocera. Ooh. Technically T. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Technically T.
Glad to have you aboard.
So, last 2 minutes of the show, just because
Kyocera has to be the winner, by the way. Never made a premium phone. Name the premium Kyocera phone. And that's a known, recognizable name brand. Good call, Larry.
Wow. Did you have to Google that? Would you rather begin every sentence with, and his name was John Cena?
Oh, no, no matter what, it's going to be that.
And end every sentence with, just do it.
You know,
it's John Cena.
John Cena, no question.
I'm sorry.
Larry,
his name is John Cena!
Larry, I hope you're at home just dying of laughter right now. Him and I have literally had that conversation in person.
Would you rather say John Cena?
No, but like on the regular, him just going, and his name!
You know what? I peppered you with would you rathers and you haven't brought a single one.
I got nothing.
You got nothing. I had it pulled up. I have things pulled up. This will be on our podcast. We are doing the podcast again.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's wrap up the show talking about stuff like that. Like what you can expect from us, where we're going with this. Again, this is This is the rough draft of the show. This is basically just the two of us screwing around at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
One of the things that we definitely want to double down on is...
And his name is John Cena!
I told you! We want to make sure that we get all this content back out on some type of audio podcast. We got a ton of feedback when we were doing the live show originally, where people said, hey, I mean, I'd love to support you, but I can't always watch or I can't always listen when you guys are doing it live. Do you guys have an audio podcast? And
how is somebody going to thumbs down us already, by the way?
Well, apparently we're trash.
It's true. Anyway.
Somebody's job, I can't remember whose job it was in this
partnership
to grab the audio from every single episode and download it and strip it out and then upload it for the podcast. There's one of the two of us, and I can't remember who it was.
Here's the thing.
Whose job it was.
We had 12 out
right
there.
on the tip of my
We
tongue.
had 12 out there. We had 12. Podbean. Wait, no, that's not right. Hang on. thetechspeaks.podbean.com.
Sheila doesn't want to know. She doesn't want us to leak what's going to happen. She wants to be surprised.
What are we leaking?
I don't know. I'm assuming nothing else other than we're actually going to do the podcast. That's
we're
not really,
podcasting. We're going to strip the audio out of this, and we're going to put the podcast up.
That's not
You'll
really
see
a
it.
spoiler. That's like
you're also
going
to see this show on YouTube. We're going to go back. Somebody's going to go back and actually add timestamps to stuff because I can't do it all.
Yeah.
Calling me out.
You got to do something.
Bro.
You got to do something.
I do all the graphics in the videos. I don't know if you know this, tote this channel on my shoulders.
Such a jerk. Such a jerk.
Do you want to sign off?
Oh, hey. Preston brings up a good point. Put it on the Apple Podcast app. That's a great point.
I'm actually going to do that. We actually are on the App Store.
The App Store?
What's it called?
The App Store.
Is it called the App Store?
Sure. Let's go with that.
iTunes. That's it. App Store.
Yeah.
App Store? What? The App
All
Store?
right.
What is this? 2019? What?
On that note, you
What
can
happened
find me...
to the show in the last 30 seconds?
You happened. Whap, whap. All right, that's it for this week. You can find me on Twitter at Ominous Hominid. Check the description down below. Go ahead and do it.
Nope, not doing it.
Oh, you're not going to do it?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Way to be a professional. You can find it down in the comments or in the description below. You can find my Twitter. You can find your Twitter at
Scott Peachy.
And
Ansel Graham at Big Body Cadillac. I don't know if I can ever let that one go.
That's pretty solidly you. Now, one thing that I will note, in the past we had a separate channel Twitter and a separate channel Instagram. We're going to get rid of those. We're going to simplify things, so if you want to know anything that's happening, anything in the life of Technically Speaking, you can check us out on one of those places. Scott and I are going to commit to being much more active on social media.
For a week.
Before it falls off. Engaging with people to follow us and then just kind of generally talking about tech, which is... something we like doing anyway.
I love, honestly, I love telling people that you're wrong.
Especially me. But
right to your face.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And his name! That's how we should end the show.
Okay, that's going to do it for us for this week. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by to check out the show. Episode number 1 of Scott and Greg Argue About Something or Another.
It's Technically Speaking Live. How do you mess that up?
It'll change next week, too. Don't worry. Be sure to check back next week. We're going to have our good friend, the Everyday Dad, right here. I'm excited for that one, man.
Is it actually going to be here? Or are we going to do this in my basement?
Whichever.
Studio. My studio. The professional studio.
That's
the studio.
Totally not a basement.
That's totally not a basement. This is a professional studio that you see right here. All of this, you can't see anything over there that looks like remotely like a 1% 120 inch.
Larry goes, and the channel's name is... All right, that's going to do it for us. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.
And his name is John Cena!